Hello, my little raindrops. Welcome back to another video today. Today we are doing a Mecha Sans X listener. You asked for it, and I did a little bit of research on this one. Sorry if it doesn't come out the way you wanted it to come out to be, but this is the way I saw it and how it turned out to be and how I read up on it. Sorry if it does not turn out to be correct in the way that you like it, but I hope you do enjoy this video. The next video after this one will be a Cross and X Chocolate Listener Part 3. You've been asking for it. You've been loving it. It's coming out. Got that work done, and I'll be up next. I hope you guys enjoy the video. A little ray of sunshine, a little ray of sunshine. Hello, my little raindrops. Welcome to my channel. Ray of sunshine, ray of sunshine. Welcome. Enjoy the video. Once again, you were playing your favorite game ever, Undertale. You were playing it for like the 110th time, and of course, like normal, you started at the game. But what seemed to occur to you the most is that Toya recognized you. She called you by the in-game name of Frisk instead of the name you gave the character. This confused you, but you went along with the game anyways. You can hear the birds chirping from outside your room. It was really annoying, but you decided to just go with it as you continued to play on today. As you went on, you passed Toya and gave her a big hug. She smiled as she said, "Welcome back." You were highly confused, but continued to play. As you played, you found yourself, of course, in Snowden, about to meet up with Sans. Of course, Sans was supposed to be in his usual spot, but wasn't. This confused you a bit. Sans is usually here to stomp on the wood piece behind you, but he wasn't. This made you a lot more concerned than normal. You stood up as you started to walk around a bit in your room until you sat back down on the computer. Sans was stood right in front of you. He stopped and looked at the character. You never actually stopped playing the game when you first played. He stopped and he stared at you. For some reason, Sans seemed different. He didn't seem like the normal Sans you once knew. Instead, he seemed a little bit robotic, but seemed to break the fourth wall. He looked directly at you and turned. This is strange. He was now looking directly at your camera. The camera that you would see when you were walking around as Frisk. He was directly looking at you. He looked at you with a smile before his eyes went black. That terrified you for a second, and then they went back to normal as he continued to walk. This confused you as you met up with him once again, but Papyrus wasn't there this time. Now you were confused. Around this time is the time Papyrus would show up. But of course he didn't. A couple minutes later, instead of Papyrus showing up, Alphys did. She walked up to Sans and referred to him as Mecha instead. This confused you. Sans replied as he looked over at you. Mecha, what was that? You didn't understand the term, but of course, knowing Sans, it would probably be a pun, just like the name Sans is a font. You tried not to think too much about it when suddenly Alphys looked at you and smiled. She referred to you as Frisk, as most other game characters would if they knew the ending. This confused you. You tried not to think too much about it as you were about to leave Sans off when he grabbed your arm, the in-game arm. You turned your character to look at Sans, and this was the first time this animation played. Did something change in the game files? You'll probably have to check. You're never used to something like this happening. In a matter of seconds, Sans grabs Frisk's face and turns directly to you. I think it's time we switch things up a bit. Don't you, player? You were surprised. How did he know that this was a video game? Of course, he was supposed to know about the resets and everything, but breaking the fourth wall completely. More than when he was making his puns and just look at the camera. He was literally breaking the fourth wall. This surprised you a little bit and you blushed a bit. You play this game so much, maybe you should turn it off for a day. You were about to hit the turn off button when a robotic skeleton hand reached out and grabbed you. Suddenly face to face with you is a robotic skeleton that looked exactly like Sans but not. He had blue hair. He looked like the Sans inside the game, but changed a bit. You looked at him as seeing that the Sans inside the game was gone and the game stopped playing. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a big blast went off and your computer exploded. You suddenly woke up on your bed with people surrounding you. Torio, Papyrus, Undying, Alphys, everybody you met in the underground. Sans looked up at you with a quick smile. "No, I know you're not that familiar with what's going on. You played the game over 110 times. You looked at him quite surprised. He does remember every reset, so it wouldn't make sense if he knew this. He looked at you before thinking for a second with a smile. "No, we are now in the human world, if I'm correct. So there's no fourth wall to be broken here. Unless there is." He spun around the room trying to look for a camera, but there wasn't. Not one following anyone. This surprised them. "So this is the world that controls our world, isn't it?" You looked at him and you shook your head slightly. This was new to you, video game characters popping out. "So, Sans," you stuttered softly. He stopped and he looked at you with a chuckle. "You know, kid, don't go by Sans anymore. You play the game one too many times, and it's in my data that when someone plays so many times, my name technically changes. Sans is still a viable name by me, of course, but of course most people call me Mecha now." Mecha. You were highly confused, but shook your head okay. He looked at you with a slight, goofy grin that you remember, and chuckled softly. "Wait, you said the game played way too many times. Did something might have happened to you guys' soul or anything? Because if I remember correctly, the soul is the main being of you guys, and if you guys are referred to a game and still referring to a game, do you have a..." "Nope, have no soul." Your eyes open wide, but monsters are supposed to have the right... "No, after too many gameplays, we don't have souls anymore. It seems to be something that we learned to deal with. If you didn't notice, when you were fighting Tori L, you weren't doing any damage. I wasn't trying to. I know you weren't, but still, in any case, if you were to try to hit Tori L, she would take no damage. Because you were doing a pacifist route once again." You looked at him very confused. He was going to have to explain this whole entire concept to you, just for you to understand it. He looked at you, telling that he was going to need to figure this out and explain it to you in mass detail before you could understand it. He sighed as he shook his head. "I guess I got a bit of explaining to do." You shook your head just as he sighed as he walked to his seat to sit down. "Sit down. We'll talk about it and figure this out." You guys made it to the end of the video. Welcome to the end of the video. You made it to the end of the Mecha Sans X listener video. I hope you guys enjoyed this very much. I decided to go with this design for it because this is how I read up on it and wrote details down for it on my little notes here because I loved it, loved writing it, loved doing it, loved speaking it. I did upload in my recent book on Wattpad for Sans X listener. I think the ones that I wrote is an Ink Sans X listener, well, X reader. And it is You Paint Away My Pain, and I think you'll like it. It's a quick writing book, and it did a bit of writing in. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And I saw your comment. I did indeed, and hugs. And from what I read, you cannot really read too much. and you're not the best with English, but I wanted to tell you you're doing very well, and I love it. And the next comment, I'm doing 2 comments for today because just like last time I decided to do it, I'm going to do it this time. And my comment section, what's with the dirty stuff? The dirty stuff. Really, this right in front of me needs to stop. I'm saying deep into you guys' soul, deep into your souls. When I'm at McDonald's, you guys need to stop that. That's nasty. Even though it's kind of funny, and I'll probably just take a bunch of them and put them in a cringe compilation on my channel. But stop it. Stop it. You guys need to stop it. I mean it. Okay. Now that that's done with, you guys, the next video coming up is, of course, wait. No, it's not the Cross Color X Listener. I might do the Cross Color X Listener as well that day, but the next one coming up is Sans X Wolf Listener, because that one's been asked for a while ago, and I said I was going to do it. I'm doing it. The voice recording is done, and I finished a bunch of these on my list for recordings. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pre-recorded videos, and my list is still completely full of videos to record. So I'll see ya later, my little angels. If you are new to my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification, and if you're not new to my channel and have not done those things yet, hello, are you there? And don't forget to share this video with a friend or two. Tell them why you like the video so much. And what you guys' favorite X Listener is going to be up in the corner once again. Because I'm a loser. I'm going to do it again. And let's roll the end screen, shall we? They say don't run from love.